My excitement for food really was scarcity. I didn't really have it. I think it makes perfect sense for me to grow up and become a chef because I never wanted to feel like that again. I want to make sure nobody feels hungry. Your addiction to perfection keeps you from doing the thing, you know? I really think my superpower is that I'm not scared to look stupid, which means I'm not scared to fail, which is why I get good at so many things.
Hello.
Wow. This is diabolical.
Today we have a very good friend, Sophia Roe. She is a lot of things, has a crazy story, and she's also about to become a mom. We are making all of Sophia's pregnancy cravings today. It's not one dish, it's like 3 to 5 snacks. When you're making crackers, you kind of want it to become like a ball of soft, wet sand. It has 3 stages. It's gonna be really soft, and it's gonna feel like actual sand, and then it'll form a ball in the food processor. And then you have wet sand. How's my cool girl hair? Because it's in my fucking face. Oh my God. Okay, let's cut these. These are gonna be like thin, flaky crackers. When I was pregnant, all I craved was fruit, specifically strawberries. Let's pop it in. Perfect. So we're making peanut butter. Like, I know this looks like the machine's about to break, but it is actually like mixing it. She's peanut buttering a splash. That was really good. We are making salsa. Do we like it spicy or do we like it mild? Hello! Oh my God, I love this. Okay, come on in. Pregnancy sweetness.
Look at all the chips and so. No, I'm eating this
We have
terrible.
salsa, we have fresh peanut butter, we have pepper jack cheese.
I'll eat that
tea.
entire block of
I
cheese
know,
right now.
and you can, we have 2. Thank you so much.
This is diabolical. I was on 34th Street the other day just eating a block.
Chomping cheese.
I like it thick like this too. Like I don't like
Yeah.
slices of it. I need help. This baby is made of cheese and salsa. This is very smooth. I like a shower beverage. You ever do that?
Yeah, I bring a glass of wine in the shower all the
I
time.
bring all kind of stuff in the shower. You ever had shower nachos? You should try it. Listen.
First, I want to take a little journey of Soph.
I don't know if you're ready.
I don't know either. Where you came from, how it shaped you, how food was incorporated, at what age food was really incorporated and you fell in love with it, your Florida background, like just a little piece of Soph of younger years to bring us home to maybe like your 20s.
I grew up from like this little place in Florida that no one knows about and no one cares about, and maybe they shouldn't. So I'm from about an hour north of like Disney, like Orlando. There's this place called Mount Dora.
Were you going to Disney?
It's fine. I wasn't, but later I did. I definitely was like a Disney gal for sure. I think that's a lot of Florida people if they're close enough to Orlando. But I grew up super food insecure, moved a lot, like moved around a lot. I'm the oldest of 4. My siblings and I weren't that close growing up because of big age difference. So me and my brother are 6 years apart, and then me and my youngest sister are 14 years apart. So it's just a really big. I was like the second mom.
You could be
kind
her
of.
parent.
That's right. That's right. My mom has a lot of mental health issues and has been a substance abuser for my whole life. So I think food came in just immediately. Like I think growing up in a place like Florida that doesn't really have seasons, you're so kind of like starkly aware of food. I think we had like orange groves in the backyard, you know, like back when they had those. I think now most of the orange groves and grapefruit groves are gone where I lived. And just in Florida in general. Florida used to be responsible for the most of the nation's citrus yield. Which is pretty amazing, particularly from Homestead, Florida, which is this area of Florida that is Souther than South Beach is what I like to say.
Souther than South
Because
Beach.
people think South Beach is the bottom, and I'm like, there's like 5 more hours of Florida below South Beach.
This is now going towards Keys and...
That's right. That's right. That's right. And so growing up, I lived in a kind of a rural, more ag kind of place. So I was really aware of food just because like there was a lot of it. There were farms. You could literally, there was like Minute Maid factory, like just 20 minutes away from my house.
Orange juice, the
You could
oranges,
smell it. You could literally smell it in the air. But I do remember what kind of got me obsessed with stories and food was this 2 things. I'd go over to like friends' houses and they had a lot of food. They like had refrigerators filled with food. I did not have that. And then, so I very much as a kid who relied on like school lunch, the breakfast and lunch. I very much relied on that food. But
Which
I
was
remember,
not always the best.
No, we know, well, honey, it was awful. It's still awful.
It's still
It was
bad.
bad then and it's bad now.
A crazy fact is we in the U.S. spend more money on prison meals than we do on kids' lunches.
That's right. And they're not eating good either.
No.
So
It's like a 50 cents difference there, but
it's
no.
Wild. Yeah. It's wild. Particularly when you're talking about like state schools, like not private schools or not private prisons, et cetera. So there a lot of intersection there, which is wild to think about. But as a kid, I remember my lunch ladies. We were close. Almost every lunch lady I had was close. I was like a hustler. I was like, let me get in with this lunch lady. She might give me an extra roll or 6, you know? Like I was like,
Holiday.
That's right. But I remember when food would come in, and I would think it was so weird that we'd get these boxes of oranges and it would be like product of Mexico. And I remember thinking, that is so weird.
We live next to a grove.
That's right. We live in literally the sunshine, the citrus state. You know, it never made sense to me. And I remember asking about it. Like even as a young kid, I thought that is very strange. You know, not knowing that the answer to that is like globalization and trade, NAFTA, like whatever. All the things that we hear about a lot now. I'm happy that
being brought to light now.
That's right. That's right. I'm really happy that we talk about that globalized, not just food economy, but globalized everything economy now, because it's been something that I've impacted my young self in my young life. An example of like, I grew up with avocados. It was no big deal. But my assistant, Danny, for instance, she grew up in New York. She never saw an avocado.
I mean,
right. She's from New York. Like in New York in 1991.
Okay.
This is the Clinton administration is why we started getting globalized food, right? We really started seeing like you can get this everywhere, even if it grows there or not. So as a young person, I think my excitement for food really was scarcity. I didn't really have it, you know, or what I did have wasn't the best and my friends had better stuff and I really wanted what they had. I think it makes perfect sense for me to grow up and become a chef. Because I never wanted to feel like that again. Abundance. I want to make sure nobody feels hungry, you know? So it makes perfect sense that would be the case. People say, Sophia, what were your goals? Like, my goals were to just get paid. I didn't want to be broke. So I very much was a survival. You know, who will hire me? You know, if this restaurant will hire me. Girl, I was working front of the house, back of the house, porter,
all the houses.
Dishwasher. I don't care. Whatever you need, I'll cut, I'll choppy, I'll do dishes, whatever you need. I'll lawn mow. What do you need? I will do it as long as at the end you give me some money, right? So that was my goals. I wasn't ignorant enough to believe that I could be one of these girlies on Food Network. Like,
you are.
Please. It just wasn't where my brain was at. I think the young 20-something Soph, I had to drop out of college. I was just like, where can I get a job? Who will hire me? And it just so happened to be that working in a restaurant felt like a family kind of vibe that I never had. And it also felt like a place, hey, the things that we need shelter, we need food, we need air, we need water. I can get food, air, and water just working here.
Yeah.
So all I have to really think about is the shelter thing.
And at this point, you were still in Florida.
That's right. I was still in Florida. So
Still
I went
close to Orlando. Or,
I moved from Mount Dora to Orlando.
Okay.
So about 45 minutes. I got a job at a Vietnamese restaurant that no longer is open. It's actually they tore it down. Which it's just for it wasn't a fancy nice restaurant, but it was a place that had no business hiring me that did. Okay, and very, my bomby skills
Take
are.
it till you make it.
That's right.
You got the job.
Yeah, honey, I learned how to cut a green onion, let me tell you, okay? But I started doing that, and then I was like, I'll work in a lot of different places and do a lot of different jobs.
Okay.
From there, I went to Miami,
Okay.
and then when I was in Miami, same. I was just working
jobs?
food jobs. I was working wherever it
Always
was.
back of the house in the kitchen, or
No,
it was some
no,
front of the house?
no. In fact, I would say to anybody right now, no matter what's going to make you a strong chef, is also working in the front, understanding a customer, understanding their relationship with the plate of food that you
Yep.
put out, is really important. I know that a lot of us back of the house girlies are not the most social people in the world, so I know that not everybody can do that front of the house thing, but having a basic understanding of it, I think, is valuable, and I think has been great for my career.
I also did front of the house when I was younger, pre going into food. I loved it.
It's a vibe.
Loved it.
It's hard in different ways.
Completely. You're
Yeah.
always on.
That's right.
Customer is the
That's
winner
right.
in all situations.
That's
but
right.
it was such an amazing experience to deal with people face forward.
Absolutely. And also deal with your cooks. So the liaise between these two sometimes very complicated groups of people.
Very.
You know, these people in the back who don't want to talk and the people in the front who only want to talk. And you're just like, can you just buy the wine or not buy the wine, please? You know?
Is that ready?
That's correct. Oh, you didn't like it? It's not personal. I don't care. But like, let's talk about it,
Yeah.
you know? And then knowing that you have to tell your cook in the back that they didn't like it and you're like panicking.
He's going to flip out on you.
That's right.
Or she.
That's right. So I did that in Miami, and then I started getting into private work. And the private work was really, you got to remember the time. This was 2010.
Were you applying to jobs or were you poached?
Oh no, I would be poached.
Okay.
Because this was at a time, this was a very interesting time for food. This is peak Gwyneth Goop, vegan, juice, raw, banana island, bitches eating only bananas for 30 days and stuff. Just glorified eating disorders is really what it was, right?
It's a potassium overload.
That's right. But remember, I'm in Miami, which is basically another planet.
Correct.
This is not a normal. Miami is two things. It's either Vegas or it's like vegan detox. Like that was the food people
Or
wanted.
Colombia.
Or of course, but again, that's more like your community. You don't leave your community. You're like you stay in little Haiti. You know, you know where the best whatever the best curry goat. Like you know where that is. You don't leave. You're not hiring a chef to make that for you.
Exactly.
You know, if you're getting hired by a private chef in 2010 in Miami, it's because you want lobster and caviar and you want to show out, or you're really on some detox vegan, I'm allergic to every nut, I'm allergic to air kind of thing, you know? And so
Air, sun, and grass.
that's right. So it was an interesting kind of like step into that. I realized, I could make really great money doing that, but I also, there was something about only being responsible for like 3 people's food was really hot to me because it meant that I could make exactly what they wanted. Yeah. And so I love the idea that I can make them happy.
Personal.
Yes. And it's no guesses. It's like, I'll make you exactly what you want every day. I loved that. It was also a different era. It was the era of being a private chef meant keyword private. So it meant NDAs. It meant no names. It meant you'd be fired on site if you even touched your phone.
Okay.
It was not.
It was no come with me to the Hamptons.
No. It was like, we're hiring you because this is a private thing. You are staff. It was fun. You're working with cool housekeepers. People have things called laundresses. As far as I know, all these women do is steam sheets. But it was cool though, because we're all service. We're all working to make this machine work, but we're all working hard. We have our own families, and it just felt purposeful, you know? It was a cool community for me.
Yeah.
I'm well aware of the problems of what it is to be this like Black woman working for these like rich white people for the most part. I'm well aware. That said, at the time I was 20 something years old and needed money. I was able to ride my bike to work and, you know, learn at the same time. I've got like cookbooks in my backpack, you know, whatever. I got an opportunity to try out for a private chef gig in New York.
Okay. But you're still
in
in
Miami.
Miami. Okay.
So I get this opportunity. I'm 24 years old. I'm like, all right, it's a tryout. I'll fly there. We'll see. They have 2 kids. They have a chef already.
Okay.
She I think that she was just kind of in transition. I think that she had never really planned on working this gig full time.
Okay, the chef.
The chef. And so they needed someone more full time.
Okay.
I went in for a week. I tried out. I cooked for the family. I loved that they had 2 kids. And then my ass went back to Florida. Didn't think about it.
Okay.
A few weeks later, they were like, cool,
We want you.
And now I'm like, shit, I have to move to New York.
You're a Florida gal. You like the heat.
Yeah. And I mean, there was things that happened. There was, in that time period of me living in Miami, Orlando, Miami, there was like culinary school that I dropped out of that that never happened because I ran out of money and it's just very expensive.
How long were you in it?
8 months.
Oh, that's nothing.
I mean, it's not nothing, but
How long of a program was it?
Oh no, it's 2 years.
Oh.
So it was a 2-year program and I couldn't do it.
This was at CIA, right?
That's right, in California, which I thought, oh, it's going to be similar to Florida. No. What? Not at all. What?
Well, which part of California?
An hour north of San Francisco?
No.
Bitch, I was freezing. Also, if I could do it again, I would have just gone to CIA in New York because CIA in California, way more wine. Way more wine focused.
Sure, you're basically in...
Totally. Napa.
Well,
yes.
yeah, you're kinda
Sonoma
close to
County.
Napa
That's
and
right.
Sonoma.
St. Helena. Yeah. You're Healdsburg. I mean, that's French Laundry, Cyrus. This Thomas Keller land. Like, yes, you are in wine.
In the 8 months, did you get to experience any of those restaurants? Or
Oh,
meet
sure.
those okay.
Oh, sure. Because it's just like part of programs. You're doing like,
Exactly.
you do a stage or a friend who knows a friend, or you do like, you apply for stages, bread, do a bread service at Scopa, whatever. Like there's, which isn't even open anymore, I don't think. But anyway, it was such a long time ago now. I was 20, God, I must have been 23 or 24. 36 now. It was a
10
long
years.
time ago. So yeah, 10, 12 years ago. So I did that and I just went back to Miami because I'm like, this is crazy. Because at least in Miami, I can make money. I can get a job. I can work at Prime on the beach, which at the time was still very cool for those who are rolling their eyes. It was cool at the time.
It's still like, it's a vibe.
Whatever.
Prime.
The beach was cool at the time. But regardless, I moved to New York. I get this job with this family and I am learning how to live in New York. I'm learning how to be a cook in New York. I'm learning where to get my food from. Yeah, like I don't know any of that stuff. No one helped me. Yeah. And initially it was supposed to just be part-time. It was supposed to split between me and this other chef because I told you they had a chef. She said, girl, bye. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm doing this full-time now, which was fine. But I was working for a family that had kids with a lot of allergies, but the parents didn't. So I was doing two different meals. And it was fine. Again, I like doing that. From Memorial Day to Labor Day, you're in the Hamptons, And I mean, these people wouldn't let me wear headphones in the kitchen.
What?
Yeah, like they were just like, that's what I mean. Like it is such a different thing to be a private chef back then than it was now. Like they were like, they want you 100% dedicated. And what I will say is someone who does content now, not fully, it's about, I'd say it's about 15% of what I do now is make content.
Yeah.
It requires so much time and consideration to do that you can't tell me that when you are in someone's home cooking for them and you're also making content, you can't tell me that you're not taking away from your client.
You absolutely are. You're
just
focused.
are.
I mean, I've attempted
totally
some of the events that I do to capture content, and it's
No.
you don't have a third arm. Like you
That's
can't
right.
do it.
That's right. Like setting up your phone, it seems like I'll just set up my phone and I'll edit it later. Like it's you're taking your head out of the game.
100%.
You're taking your head out of the game. And so I did Memorial Day to Labor Day for about I don't know. From there, I moved to New York in when was it 2012, and I was a private chef working privately for a bunch of different clients consistently till 2016.
Okay, wow.
So a very long time.
4 years of private chef, New York City.
Consistently, all over the place for tons of different clients and peoples.
Wow.
Peoples.
Nothing at that time full time. It was always kind of like part-time gig.
No.
Oh,
It was full time. I only worked but lots of different clients. So some of these clients would go on hiatus for a month or on hiatus for 3 months, for instance. They would summer somewhere.
Okay.
And I'd always have options to go, but then sometimes I would. Sometimes, oh, they're going to Montana for a month and I'll go with you. But some of them would be like, we're going to go to Europe for 3 months with our kids. And in that period, I can't not work for 3 months.
Yeah.
I would get a summer gig,
Yeah.
right? And I would work in Amagansett or East Hampton for 3 months or whatever I would do. But it was consistently private. Now I would pick up shifts. I would help friends out. Like I would sometimes bartend events or whatever. Like I was doing, I'm an awful bartender, by the way, but I was doing other stuff. It wasn't until
Fake it till you make it.
That's right.
Until the drink is really not so good.
That's right. It was mostly not good. They were very stiff.
Same. And people were happy for the most
They
part.
were drunk. It's fine. And then 2017, I was a total pivot. That was my pivot. I got really burnt out and I got a job at a makeup company, which is crazy. So I worked at a makeup company and I quit working in food because I needed something different. And I thought not working in food meant that I would get really good at bartending maybe and just pivot. Or I was like, I finally want to just do a really good pastry program or something like that.
Okay.
But Instagram was a thing. This was back when no Instagram stories, no DMs,
Just grid.
no video, just
photo.
pictures, just grid photos. But I was posting because as a private chef, it was like, oh, this is my business card, you know? And I was like 26, you know? So then Snapchat. So that was your video platform at the time. For those that don't remember, that Snapchat was a really big vibe.
Still a thing.
Still a thing, but at the time it was like really something. And then of course Instagram sort of stole that
Fully.
just stole that what is the word that I'm looking for? Interface, right? Like really took that interface. And then from there, I started to post things and I had an Instagram and it had started to have, I don't know, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 followers. Wow. So this makeup company, Milk Makeup, companies are starting to do things like get social media teams.
And this is around
2017.
2017.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like about the time.
That's
where
right.
People care about the grid. People care
Yes.
about the presence.
Yes. I'll remind you, this is Donald Trump presidency, first one. So you're thinking about what was going on then, what was happening then. This is Hillary losing. This is, we're New Yorkers. This is people wearing Trump hats in Greenwich Village. It was a really weird time, you know? And so I was just super burnt out in it in general. And I never tried to get a job in a makeup company. I went to this.
What was your drive to go to Milk and apply for this?
Oh, I didn't apply. Okay. So the story is there was a casting, like they were doing like some campaign, and they needed someone who could talk on camera, and I always felt like pretty comfortable. And some people are really scared. I know like public speaking is like people's biggest fear. For me, it's the opposite. I'm like, I don't even know these people, so why would I be scared? So I felt really natural that I could do it, and so I go to this casting and there's thousands of hot, beautiful people in there. So I'm like, beeline. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. So my friend sees me and she's like, don't leave. Stay. And I was like, all right, we'll hang out. I'm unemployed. I don't have any money, but I'll hang out.
You probably had some food and drinks.
Girl, this is a so 25-year-old, 26-year-old vibes. So I finally get up to the last. So it turns out I was in a room that were casting for a lot of different projects. Okay. So.
Was Milk new or was it?
No, Milk Studios had been around. It's a legacy company.
But Milk Makeup.
That was a few years old probably. Okay. And so I finally get we do some screen tests and I get all the way to the last step and I meet one of the founders. Her name is Georgie Gravel. Gigi is like one of the best Geminis I've ever met. And we start talking about all kind of stuff, eczema, breastfeeding. I mean, we were just chopping it up, all the stuff. Turned out I wasn't right for that project, but she started following me on Instagram and she thought I was fun and I thought it was cool. She introduced me to people and
great.
This woman named Heather, who would later end up being my boss, she was like, hey, we'll give you some product. Come on down to Meatpacking, which is where it used to be. We'll give you some free product. I was like, cool, I'll get some free product. And she's asking me, what are you doing now? I was like, oh, no, not really doing anything, just floating around, but we'll see. So I walk out and not before I almost get on the train do I get a call from her. And she's like, this is crazy, but we're hiring some people for social media. And I just think you could be really great for the company. I think you should work here. We have open positions. And I was thinking, I am not qualified to do this job at all. But I was like, I need a job. I need money. So I go back.
And this is a full-time desk.
Full-time
desk
desk.
job.
And I never done that in my life.
Yeah, that's a different speed
That's
than in a
right.
kitchen.
So I had to do an interview. My resume was embarrassing because it was beautiful, but it was like, had nothing to do with any of this stuff.
No,
it was
but it's not like you were knocking on their door; they were knocking on your door.
That's right. So I told Georgie, I said, Georgie, I am not qualified for this job at all. When she hired me, and she said, just don't tell anybody. And I said, okay. So my first day, this girl, very sweet girl, we had a little bit of a falling out, and I think about her a lot actually, because I'd love to have her back in my life all these years later. But her name is Farrah Marcus. She was wonderful, and she walks me in on my first day. It's this wonderful, very sweet girl, and I meet people. I'm like, this is gonna be fucking great. It's a makeup company, makeup. This is gonna be great. Not great. So she walks me in.
You have to start doing the job of.
Well, it's like someone like, everybody has their way, this corporate stuff, very corporate, very kind of like structures and meetings. I'm like, this is makeup. This is makeup.
It's fun.
It's fun. I'm also part of a social media team. You guys don't know how to do social media. None of you companies know how to do it. That's what you hired me for. So let me do it. Let's talk. So you've got the art director team, they're over there, and the creative team, and the marketing team, and the product team, and everybody's separated.
Yeah.
This is not how kitchens work. We have to communicate.
Yeah.
No one's talking. So on my first day, she's like, okay, well, we get you here, and we're going to CC you on a welcome email. I'm like, what is CC? What is this?
You've never probably had to deal with email.
I was like, I don't know what the CC thing is. She's like, like a CC, like on an email. I don't know what that is. That's who they hired, okay? So that's just like an indicator of like, I don't know what. When they handed me a laptop, I was like, the fuck are they handing me this for? Is this mine to keep? They were like, are you crazy? Okay. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what this is. So what that job taught me how to do.
How long were you there?
Almost a year.
That's a decent amount of time
That's
to
right.
be in a desk job
That's
plus
right.
kitchen jobs.
Hell yeah. I had many panic attacks. I had many moments where I was panicked. Am I still a cook? Am I still a chef? Turns out I totally am. And when you go home after work, you just go home and flay a fish and fucking rock it out for
This
yourself.
is what I'm very good at.
That's right. But it turned out that those skills were essential for me in terms of social media, in terms of media training, in terms of getting comfortable speaking on camera.
What you currently do.
Yes. I mean, I had to go online and talk to people about a product.
I was just going to ask you, so if you're the social media manager, what was, like, were you the face of
That's
the
right.
Instagram? Oh, wow.
So you're actually like educating consumers on a product. It's the same, turns out, same stuff. We're talking
like
about.
you come out after a dinner and this is what's on the menu. This is
That's
what's going
right.
to be coursed out.
That's right.
Okay.
And so I'm speaking to people. This is Flex Concealer. It has marshmallow root. This is what it does. This is this and this. We would do little tours of going to the factory and find out what's in it. It's makeup and food. It's
Pretty similar. It's
very
a list
similar.
of ingredients.
That's right. And what it did was teach me how to be comfortable with my eye line. Where is the camera? Stop looking at yourself and look into the camera. Imagine that novel. But now we live in this time where everyone's looking at themselves.
Yeah.
So it really set me up for having a career on camera, that job. And then from there, funny enough, my current manager, and this is where I'll stop because I was a lot, but it's a long story.
Yeah, but you brought us on a journey of
It's a long journey.
probably what, 26? When did you meet your manager?
That's right.
26 years old?
26, yeah. 26, 27. She sees me on the Instagram.
Milk.
On Milk's Instagram, and she used to represent Xana Rossi, who is another founder of Milk Makeup. She sends Xana a message and she says, who is that girl on the Instagram, on the Milk Makeup's Instagram? And I mean, I was probably so ridiculous. I'm me, but I'm 27. Do you understand? I'm ridiculous. But it was good.
It's up a notch.
But it was good. It was like
what they
engagement.
want.
That's what there's no TikTok. There's no none of that. I meet with her. And she says, I want to be your manager. And I was like, I don't even know what that is. What is that for? Girl, I signed a contract. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right then and there.
Girl, it was like maybe a few days later. Her name is Marissa Caputo, and she's the light of my life. I love her.
I've got the lovely chance to meet her at Chloe's.
Yes. She's an incredible woman. Incredible. Taught me so much about being a businesswoman, but also just really saw something in me that I don't think I saw even in myself, kind of. And, I think my first job she got me was so funny. Remember when people were doing panels back in the day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still are, but like
It was a big
pre-pandemic. And so my first job, I quit. I'm very nervous because this is a package I had working at Milk Makeup. This is the first time in my life I ever had benefits.
Stable income.
Major. So I quit, and she gets me this job, Club Monaco job, and I'm supposed to just go there and share my story. And it was like, I think it was like $1,100 I was gonna get for doing that, and like I post and like whatever. And I was on the panel. I'll never forget it. I was on the panel with Cindy Ramirez of Chill House, Alyssa Coscarelli, and Von Verena of Gossamer magazine. So it was like iconic New York amazing women.
Wow.
And I go there and I do that, and I share my story, whatever I did. I had a hard upbringing, and it was amazing community. It was amazing how many women also shared their story, and then I met these great friends, and that was the rest is history. That was in 2017, and I've had the same manager, and I've been doing the same similar stuff, obviously a larger scale since, which is crazy. It's 9 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
I mean, that really created the Soph that we now know.
That's right.
Club Monaco.
It's kind of, it just let me know that
Marissa.
like that I am I am a chef, and also someone that can use my voice, and also someone that can have all of these skills. These skills are all great, that one doesn't take away from the other. And up until then, being a chef really meant this one very specific thing. And now working in food can mean anything. You can have your own space. You can be a food stylist. You can be a culinary producer. There's so many different avenues for food.
Well, what do you define yourself? I mean, I don't know if you can. I feel like you touch upon so many different areas that, yes, food is the medium for a lot, but it's also not the medium for so many also.
No, I think it's cool to be able to hopefully we're all lifetime learners.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other things I'm interested in, right? But I also think you can be a chef and care about fashion. You can be a chef and care about advocacy work.
Yeah.
I think that this past 8 years of my life has really taught me that like nothing takes away. It's only adding. There are definitely phases in my life where I spent that year was really about a lot of on-camera work, or that year was really about a lot of production.
Sure.
And then there's another year where that year was really about cooking a lot and doing a lot of like events and like very on the ground. To be able to quit and work for myself meant working with Marissa meant I could do events, and then one day I'm doing an event, or I'm slinging cookies at Cherry Bomb Jubilee, and then the next day I'm on a set, and then 3 days later I'm making juice and cupcakes for another event. Or it just felt like I can do all the different stuff.
The bit that I know about you, I feel like that is so aligned with your personality to be waking up each day and doing something different. And always bringing it back to the heart of the ingredient, or the heart of the person or the brand that you're working with. And
yeah. But it's like also just, I think when you enjoy a lot of different stuff, and finding a way to be able to incorporate all of those things is really awesome. I'm also like not precious. Like I'm not like bougie. Like sometimes an event you might need to do, you might need to be trenches. This is a trenches day. And then I don't know, 3 days from now, this is not trenches. This is not even about you.
You have an extra 5 set of hands.
That's right. Like this event isn't even about you.
Yeah.
Like this is this one thing. Or and then other days it's really me just dropping off some bread I made and leaving. So I just know that right now feels like what I have to do to like kind of make ends meet, but also it's just been fun to just try different stuff.
Well, you were in kind of after you meet Marissa, you're in this transitional period of, now you're behind camera, now you're on panels, but you're also doing food. Was there any part of you that was intentional about wanting to do X amount of events per year, or doing more camera stuff, or you just kind of took it with the wind? And
I just went with it. I don't, I think my mantra in life is work smarter, not harder. And for whatever reason in my life, the really cool things that have happened didn't happen because I chased them. They just happened because I was ready. So I think it's all about being ready.
how do you
So if
How
you
do you
know,
become ready?
you go home every single day and you act like you have a TV show and you don't. So you go on YouTube every day for a year and you learn how to read a teleprompter, because one day, 5 years from now, you're going to need to get really good. You're going to need to nail it. So now there's no prompter. I got it. Like
Wow.
I was media ready 5 years before I ever had a TV show.
Wow.
Because I just wanted to be ready. So I didn't chase the TV show. I chased the skill. I wanted to have that skill. I wanted to have a field correspondent skills. Mics in the ear, I was putting those things in my ear before I ever had to put that thing in my ear. I want to feel what that feels like, to not be able to hear myself, to only be able to hear a producer. That is live TV camera stuff. To this day, like I've done that. I've done correspondent work like that maybe 5 or 6 times. But let me tell you what, when someone asks me, I'm ready. And so that's the thing that I try to get people to do. Like, you need to obsess over your meringue, not because someone's ordered it, but because one day they might. One day you might somebody might say, I need 1,000 Tiffany's donuts in this color. So you should be ready, you know? So it's like, yeah, it's fake it till you make it, but it's also just like, be ready.
But to go right back to the question I just asked, I feel like there is a part of you that then wanted a specific direction, like you, or
Maybe it just
were
felt
there
like I was good at it.
Were there different areas that you, of course, you sat home, you did the teleprompter, but were you going home and making like the meringue? Were you?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. I
So it
was
was a
doing all the
combination
things.
of all of it. You were just preparing.
Yeah, it was kind of just like, I love doing this. Okay, if you're someone people who love to read are probably good writers, but they might not know. So if you want to write one day, good writers are good readers and good readers are good writers, right? So it's kind of like, to me, right? If you talk to Stephen King's On Writing, right? You want to know how to be a good writer, you just keep writing, right? And then eventually you're going to get to the good stuff.
Yeah.
So Anne Lamott, she has the most amazing book on writing, and she talks about, her book is good, the Bird by Bird. So the where that comes from is, one day her brother's very frustrated. He waited a really long time to do his book report. The book report is due tomorrow, right? And he's very stressed out. And the dad sits down with the son. I'm not sure if it's the dad or the mom. Sits down with the son and says, "Don't worry about this. We're going to go through this bird by bird." And I think about that all the time. Like, you know, sometimes you do shit because you like it. Not everybody's this
And
whole
you don't
like
need to know the end goal there.
you don't like this obsession with like, I'm doing this to one day monetize. Like, I don't know. I was a 27-year-old who really got a lot of joy out of that skill. I get a lot of joy out of looking into this camera and telling my story. That is joyful to me to do that, you know? And it also just happens to be a skill that I can use at work. I work at I work at a company where I need to be able to talk to an audience of people about how to use a product. So it turns
checked out.
Yeah, it checks out. Same with food. Like, I'm not really a pastry gal, but you know what? I'm noticing people are asking for dessert on their proposals. Now, it's not all of them, but I want to be ready.
But it's a handful. But
it's
you need to
enough.
know how to make at least
That's right.
10 different really, really good
That's
desserts.
right. You need to have, also, I'm noticing when I go out to eat, there's a lot of really interesting, cool mignonettes on all the oyster sets. So I need to practice that. It's like, again, it's being ready. Just seeing what's out there, be observant, see where you might fit in, what might make you interesting, what is fun, and go from there. It doesn't have to be about money necessarily, you know?
No, I feel like if you're focusing on the money, you're not, I don't know, the outcome, maybe it'll be just as good, but something tells me that it's not the sincere, like I'm preparing for something.
You got to be consistent. If it's not something you can do consistently, then it's probably not going to pan out, you know?
I agree.
Like, at least I just like, I feel like the reason that it works is because you genuinely like doing it. And because you like doing it, you keep doing it, you know?
At what point, or you've met Marissa, you're doing the handful of things.
All the things.
For how many years before Vice comes to you and says, we want to do Counter Space?
Many years. That Vice is a pandemic, 2020.
Okay, so about 3.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, whatever that, 2017, 2018, 2019, yeah. About
3-4 years.
3 or 4 years. Before then, I'm doing lots of events, so many events. I do my Pillow Talk session events with Danny. Those were fun. I was doing cooking classes and sauce classes and doing that. But then I was also like doing Target ads and doing Target commercials. And like I was doing all kind of stuff. And then the pandemic happened. And Vice, RIP, had already started this idea of having a food news show. And Devin Greenleaf and Craig Thompson, my amazing executive producers, they were interested in having a host of the show. And then we did one screen interview and they were like, we actually don't even know anything about this food stuff the way that you do. Would you also produce this? And I said, sure. That was it. So again, did I ask for the job? No. Did I audition for the job? No.
No, but you were very ready for the job.
But I was very ready for the job. So when that job, that's why I say, you never know what can happen. I think there's a lot of arrogance. People walk around thinking that they know and plan their life. You don't know. You have no idea what will happen. But let me tell you what, my survival instinct is to just be ready no matter what. And so to be thrown into a show, not only thrown into a show that it's your show, you host it, you're producing all the clips, you're producing all 4 segments.
Oh, wow.
Multiple segments. It's a pandemic, okay? So there's only 5 of us. Think about how many people are on a set for a photo shoot. It's 15 people on set for photos.
There's 5 of you for the show.
Oh yeah, and we all had to be away from each other. We couldn't.
Well, yeah, I mean, every episode, yes, some of them are shot locally, but most of it is very much not locally.
No, the kitchen. We shot the kitchen at Munchie's Kitchen. Those were local, but the interviews, and we had to send local crews. So if I interview someone in Chile, we had to hire a crew in Chile. To film them. We're not flying to Chile in the middle of a pandemic.
No.
So we had to figure that out.
What was that
hard.
process? Like how?
Girl, it's no sleep, but it's also a pandemic. So what were we doing?
You're making do.
That was what we were doing. I mean, it was nuts to not see my DP's face for a whole season. I never saw his face. And it was also hard. I couldn't share food. I was the host of the show. The pressure, if I got COVID, then everybody was out of a job.
Oh my gosh.
So I had to make sure I didn't get COVID at a time where people were getting COVID. There was no vaccines. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And you guys did 2 seasons?
We did 2 seasons. So we did one 2021 and then the other one came out in 2023. Okay. And then the show got bought by Tastemade because obviously Vice, RIP.
Yeah.
We were lucky that the show even got bought. But it did well. No one thought, did we think people would watch it? Yeah. We cared about it. Yeah. But it was also a pandemic.
You highlight a lot. You highlight emotion, community.
Oh yeah, huge.
All of it.
It was great.
On
it was
top
awesome.
of really fucking good recipes.
They were fun. It was fun. It was, we were, I don't know. I'm like, does anybody care about cactus? There were definitely some times where I was like, I don't know about the cactus episode. I don't know.
I don't know if I watched the cactus.
There's just.
My favorite was when you guys go to Spain.
And it
highlights
that's a good episode. Oh, that's a strong
cattle.
episode. Oh yeah, the beef episode. That was a good one.
I work with meat often. You talking about each cut, explaining how one cut is worth
talking
this
about
much.
Beef.
No, but it's a lot of people would absorb that so much, as did I. And then the steak, obviously, with the compound butter was
well. Nobody knows.
Stunning.
It's just like people
it's
eat,
little
consume.
tips and tricks.
We tried. Like does anybody know what choice, select, prime? What does that mean when you go into the butcher?
No,
nobody knows what that means.
They point at, they want that, or they say, "Give me the best cut."
That's
what
right.
does that mean?
What does it mean?
What are you making?
That's right. I also like what to look for. I think the systems are different everywhere. This is like a very U.S. thing, but trying to get people to look at this is beef, but this is the reason it's so normalized to eat beef. We don't call it what it is. It's a cow, but it's beef. For me, one of my favorite episodes is the insect episode. 3 billion people globally eat insects, but that is such a yucky thing here in the United States. Mm-hmm. So why?
I feel like they're trying to bring. Is it the grasshoppers that
crickets and grasshoppers?
Yes,
yeah.
They're having. I think they tried to have a moment, but it didn't
ants. Really. I just feel like they need better PR. I just think they need better.
Ants.
I think the ants need better PR. They require so little. You
just top them on your ice cream while you're talking.
I mean, I don't know. Listen, anything can be food. We had one the second season, Bryn Smith, this incredible fisherman, one of the best people I have ever met. What a guy. He's a fisherman who's allergic to shellfish and can't swim. And I just think that's so iconic.
In what world does one then hop on a boat, probably solo
believe
a
it.
lot of the times?
Oh yeah, can't swim, and he's allergic, deathly. Like he'll die like EpiPen. Okay, crazy. But I
But does
met
he
him.
catch it? Like,
Yes, so he's a kelp farmer. So
Okay.
he decided to be a kelp farmer, and he uses a lot of like ancestral techniques in which to do so, and sort of talked about like the sea as garden, like niche things that are in the ocean. And I think for me, the show was so great because I learned just as much and
Sure.
kind of really fed my, like, for some people at night they want to go see Charlie XCX. For me, I'm probably going to watch a YouTube on bacteria. Like I don't like like I don't have FOMO, never had that in my life.
Yeah.
Don't know anything about it. I sans pregnant, fuck all this baby stuff. I was in bed by 9 p.m. way before that. Like I'm a daytime girl
And
with
you're
a lot
watching
of
bacteria.
daytime. That's right. That's right. With like daytime energy, who just really has a lot of curiosity. And I think I try to weave humor and questions into current events because I feel like it's boring otherwise. I do think this current administration is changing that. I think people are finally like, okay, we need to know what's going on because things are getting scary out here.
Yep.
You start affecting people's pocketbooks, they start to pay attention. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
very nice way of putting that.
That's right.
If those prices go up, you're going to start questioning things and you're going to start reading things.
No, that's right. So I think that the counter space with it, I think it was ahead of its time. I think there's been a lot of shows come out to that, like Padma Lakshmi show, Carla Hall's show. Like we've had some shows that come out that feel in that same similar vein, and that is something I'm proud of for sure.
Would you want to host something else or create another
always.
show?
Always. I'm always thinking about it.
What are you doing right now with
I mean, nothing right now.
what's the swipe
Toast. Okay, so Toast is cool, but Toast is a little bit more just like me. It's kind of like what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's more about the person behind the restaurant.
and you're highlighting them, you're showing
Yes.
what their craft is, which is amazing.
Absolutely. So it's I like process stuff, value chain stuff, journey stuff. There's a lot more like personal, like we are speaking with this person, Fariel Abdullahi of Hav and Mar, about her restaurant, which is great. I think hosting it's part of the hyphen. Like I'm a chef, I'm a host, I'm a producer, I'm a little, of course I would do it again. It's just got to be the right, I wouldn't do it just to do it. It's got to make sense. It's got to be the right thing.
What would make the right person, the right chef, the right brand for you to have a goal to work with them? And do you have specifics that you...
No, I mean, there's a million people I would want to work with, like just because they're just fun to be around.
Yeah.
Like the range, I like being on camera with Maddie Matheson is just the best thing in the world. Is Maddie Matheson the most incredible value chain, supply chain steward? No, but he's a sweetie pie, and every time I see him, it's wonderful.
You wanna hug him.
And every time we're together, I'm really happy. David Zolber is another one I love equally. I love those Canadians, both Maddie and David from Canada.
The Canadians have this comfort charm.
They do for total. And
Kindness.
those are completely different. And David Zolber and Maddie could not be further apart in many ways when it comes to like who they are, right?
Yep.
But I think both of those people would be beautiful to be on camera with, just like I think that. I don't know. I have never met someone that I couldn't figure it out. That's also part of your job when you're an on-camera host or an interviewer or a journalist. Part of your job is to make your person feel comfortable and feel good.
Of course.
Of
course.
There's just like a bunch of different ideas. That's not even about food.
No.
There's just a bunch of different things that I think I would like to watch, that I would like to engage in and conversate around.
Absolutely.
And as long as you can do that and think that, you can make shows yourself now. So you don't have to worry about like a show getting picked up or who's going to like it or a pitch. You could just do it yourself like you are.
Yes. You are now 34.
That's right.
34 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
I personally know, but how was it? What were some of the downs, some of the ups? did you have anxiety about anything? Did you like
Yeah.
a boatload of all of the feelings that's going on in your belly and in your head right now?
My belly.
First, did you always want kids?
No.
No.
I didn't think about kids. I thought of myself as a kid still. I still think,
Same.
kind of still think of myself as a kid, even though I'm 36 years old. I really wanted kids when I met my partner. My partner is remarkable in every single way. Unlike me.
He is.
Unlike me in every way. He's
No,
just,
you
I don't think,
guys
I
are
mean,
the
we have a lot of things
most
in common, but
perfect yin and yang.
We are.
He is this quiet gentleman that's just, like you say, fixing things in the corner. And you are
Fixes
the
everything.
vivacious energy, swinging food left and
am.
right, biting
Slinging.
cheese.
That's right. We both work with our hands. That's about what the beginning and the end of our things in common. We're both makers, but other
Yeah.
than that, but he's just the most dedicated, just focused, soft, just easy, gentle person. This whole like relationships are hard work. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking. My relationship is so easy. I've never had it. And I in my past relationships, it's like, make it work and you gotta like work at the, and like, it's just, I don't have that at all. I've never experienced one day with this man that has been hard. And that's, I think, even through my pregnancy, been together years, it just.
How long
it
have you
figures-
guys been together?
2 years.
That's a great amount of time.
2 years now as adults,
Yeah.
you know.
That's a different timeline than when
yeah.
you're 26 and
It's a different timeline when you're 36 and 39, you know, and you've both have been through long-term relationships and know what you want and know what you don't.
absolutely.
I thought he'd be the best dad, you know,
For sure.
and we didn't know if we could. We were just like, we're not trying, we're not trying, but like if we get pregnant, cool. And he asked me to marry him in Hawaii. Total surprise. Like anybody who can surprise me, surprising me, I don't get surprised. I know what things, I know what's going on.
Wait, can you walk me through the proposal?
Oh, girl.
Because it's something to share.
It was a thing, girl. First off,
This is the yin and yang.
That's
Chris
right.
is trying to create this
yeah.
gorgeous moment, tell you a
yeah.
story.
oh yeah.
And you were
And I'm like,
being so.
And I'm like, we got to get this show on the road because we got a dinner reservation. What is going on with you? First off, the whole day he's being real weird. The whole day he was being weird. I'm a puzzle girl. I'm on vacation, so I'm gonna do a puzzle in Hawaii. I know you might be judging me. I don't care. So I had to do this big.
I bring puzzles too, especially in upstate situations.
Hell yeah, girl, me too. I got a few. I should give you actually. So I've got this big table, and I would look up at the window, and Chris is just looking at me in the window, just looking like this. I'm like, what are you doing?
Psycho-esque.
I was like, what are you doing? Then I don't think he can see me. Then he's like doing this kind of stuff, going like this, doing this.
Oh, to get like the
this
sun or the
the shadows, the light. I'm like, suddenly he's frickin', like a lighting guy. Okay, I'm like, would you pack a C-stand? What are you doing? Doing all this to try to, but I don't know what's happening, right? So
And
I'm like,
you don't say a thing. You're just
No,
rolling
I'm
with the
just
fact
like
that things
this.
are absolutely not normal.
I'm like, you know what? He's on vacation. I don't know what he's doing. We're both on vacation.
You chose a puzzle. He chose some arm
I
gestures.
don't know what he was doing. So then he come talking about today we got that dinner, this one nice dinner. We had one nice, because we're in Kauai. We were kind of like, it was chill.
Yeah.
But we have one nice dinner booked. And so he's like, hey babe, come out. Let's do a timer picture. Timer picture? We don't care about that kind of stuff. We're not that people. We don't do selfies. We don't do that. He's like, yeah, let's do a timer picture. I was like, okay. So we do a quick little timer picture, and then I'm out. I get out. Now, he's videoing this whole thing. So in the video, you see me sit on his lap, do the timer picture, and walk out, and you hear me go, all right, babe, keep moving along. We got to go. He's hanging back. Because he's about to ask me to marry him. So he's like,
he's probably
he
nervous.
This is what he's doing. He's swinging his arms like, okay, this girl, how do I get her to come back? Swinging his arms. He's like, Soph, can you come back and do more pictures? And
More pictures?
Yeah,
You're
and I'm
probably
hearing me. I go, babe, we gotta go. So I'm sassy. Then he's come out talking about he wanted to tell me a story.
Oh no.
I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, can you tell me a story at the fucking restaurant? What is the story? What is it? So then you see me, he's talking. Now, again, I've got a very gentle, very mindful, super posterity. This man is family, history. This is the great.
It's a long story.
Oh, yeah. He starts talking about the great grandmother. He's just sweating. Why is this? So I'm pick, girl.
You didn't pick up at all. Zero.
No, I'm picking at his. You see me in this video. I'm like picking at his hair, picking at his thing. I stop and go, "You want some water? Do you need some water? What is going on? What is happening?"
Poor man.
No, he's not well. And I'm also
He's
thinking
so nervous.
he's trying so hard to get through it. His biggest fear was, how am I gonna get through it? Because she's gonna.
But he should know he needed
do as
a
I do.
shorter
That's
story.
right. So then he pulls out this little pouch thing, and I go, "Are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious right now?" So my reaction.
Wait. Your reaction was because you knew what was happening?
Well, because then I finally did. I'm like, this is why you've been telling this story about 25 minutes. We're gonna be late for dinner. And so then he does the whole thing. I'm crying. I'm sobbing. Then I don't care about dinner. Right. Obviously.
Fuck the dinner.
Fuck dinner. So this is
Tell
happening.
me the story again.
Yes. And he's telling me this beautiful, we have this beautiful moment. And when we start walking back, and then I see him walk towards the camera, and you hear me in the video go, "You were filming it?" And then the video cuts. So,
please tell me you have watched that at least
a million times. No, it's like 16 minutes long. And
you ever want to share that with me?
No,
I would
you
love
have to see it
that.
because it is you hear me just being like, under my breath, be like, "Of course this motherfucker want to tell me a story right now. We got places to be. I got somewhere to be." You can hear me being like, "You want to tell me a story? Really?" So what makes this story so extra good, okay, is I'm there, and he asked me to marry him, and it's this beautiful moment, and then we leave. So it becomes an engagement trip. Okay.
Yeah.
So he finds this gorgeous time. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
This man has probably been planning this for.
Oh no, he's 8 months.
Oh my God.
8 months. He was going to ask me at Governor's Island.
Oh.
And got rained out. Governor's Island was like one of our very first dates. So he was going to do it, but then he had a photographer all set up, but then it rained. And then he rescheduled it, and then it rained again. So he was like, "Oh,
it wasn't the place.
It wasn't the place.
That was not the place.
No big deal.
2 times.
That's right. So we fly back to Los Angeles because we wanted to break up the trip a little bit because I'm in a rush to get back to New York because I need to vote. So we needed to get back. So my birthday is November 5th, which also was election day. So I'm like, we need to get this, baby girl. I thought it was going to go one way and it didn't.
Yeah.
We we're in Los Angeles.
Every 4 years you do? Okay.
On my birthday.
I'm sorry.
It's awful. So so we go in Los Angeles. We're there in LA. We get in like a big fight. I'm being weird. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm just weird. I'm like, this is weird. Coffee tastes weird. I'm nauseous. Get away from me, but stay close. We just got engaged. Ooh, I thought it was election anxiety, right?
Okay.
I was just
Fair.
like, I don't know what's happening. Bitch. I get to New York, back to New York. It's 11:45 to November 4th, right? It's my birthday's in 15 minutes. Election day, it's crazy. I sit down to pee and I think, I haven't had a period in ages. When's the last time? Ages. I mean, it's been, I don't even know.
It's been long enough to say ages.
Yeah. So then I think,
Or not but
yeah,
like,
or just
let
like,
me figure that one out.
yeah, and I'm feeling weird. Chris is carrying up all these luggage and all the luggage at 4th floor walk up, and I'm out of breath also. And then I'll be damned if I didn't take that pregnancy test, and that shit was positive. And I was like, this is crazy. It's my birthday, and then I'm thinking, this is gonna be the best day ever. Kamala's gonna get the W. Okay, it's my fucking birthday. I'm pregnant. It's gonna be sick. No, that isn't what happened.
Major plot
It was
twist.
the worst day ever because she didn't get the W, and in fact, the devil got the W, and now I'm pregnant. And women already don't have barely any rights, so great. So now I'm like struggling with that and dealing with that, and I just got engaged.
There's a lot of things happening.
Girl, Chris, this is what Chris said. Thank God I asked you when I did. I said, motherfucker, you really slid in right there at the last minute. You
Or
really
else it would have
did.
felt as if,
That's right.
You're
So he was
pregnant,
like,
let's get married.
He's like, well, I just want everybody to know I asked you first. I said, go ahead and put it on a t-shirt. Like, I don't know. Like, what? So anyway, I'm pregnant. Worst part of my pregnancy was that. I think if I really have to say, the worst part of it was just that the worst part of my first trimester wasn't, I maybe 2 days of nausea. I was really tired. I still ate.
You had also a chunk of, you got sick,
I
you
did.
had an allergy.
So that,
but I don't think that was necessarily the pregnancy. That was just
that was just life.
That just,
you know,
it
like
sucked.
Out of all the things, like I'm almost 9 months pregnant now. The worst part of my pregnancy was I got the flu.
Yeah.
You know, and I got put on an antibiotic that I was turned out to be allergic to. But those are not pregnant. The flu, by the way, terrible when you're not pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
no, that wasn't baby girl. That was
no.
just poor timing.
It just sucked. But in terms of all the things, like I guess my biggest piece of advice for someone who's wants to be pregnant is work on your immune system, because it's very challenged when you get pregnant. Don't listen to other people's things and think those things are your things.
No.
Because
I was the most frustrated woman when anyone, didn't matter what age you were telling me what to do.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry. Are you in my skin? Are you holding my baby? You have no idea.
Yes.
Please.
Or telling me what I'm going to feel at what point.
Yeah.
At 28 weeks, this is going to happen. You're going to feel awful. I don't know.
I feel great.
I'm 34 weeks pregnant. I'm doing 15,000 steps a day. I eat. I don't have heartburn. My ankles not swollen, never nauseous. I'm not saying that it's the greatest joy of my life, but I am saying
you're carrying a basketball right now.
That's right. Yeah. But I am saying that, like, I think the expectation that you're going to be yourself, right, so don't do that, right? You're going to get up 5 times to pee. You're going to pee every hour. You're going to have to get so much blood work. You're going to have to.
The amount of pants that I wet.
Yes. Oh,
second trimester into third trimester.
Forget a sneeze. If it's 2 sneezes in a row, we're changing our pants. That's right. You know I'm right.
I know you are.
I see a pregnant lady sneeze. I think she peed. She just peed. And you know what?
I mean, we talked about this. So we both used to carry. I mean, you probably still do. I carried an extra pair of underwear everywhere I went.
Man, forget
a restaurant.
If it's 3 or 4, girl, I got to carry a whole new pair of tights. Forget extra underwear. I need to change my outfit. Okay, I'm telling you, this allergies with the sneezing.
Oh my God, I didn't think of you during that.
No, dead. I got a whole new outfit in my bag, because I'm telling you, if it's 2 sneezes, it's a dribble. If it's 4 sneezes,
it's more than a dribble. Of 2 sneezes, you're lying.
You know how many times, girl? I had a time the other day, and this is maybe saying too much, where I just had to say, you know what? I'm just gonna pee. I was real close to the house. I just peed, because it's just. I'll be at home in 5.
What?
Because, I don't know. I'm just peed. Pee in my socks. Peed. And that sucks.
You were just soaking away.
I had to pee so bad I couldn't hold it.
My brain goes to, like, you still had to walk up 4 flights of stairs in a wet outfit at that point.
No, it was awful.
And it wasn't raining.
It wasn't. Oh, it was in my pants. But let me tell you what. That is the worst. That sucks, but that's also, like, funny and just like life.
Absolutely.
And
you also gave it. It probably felt so good to
surrender. I just feel like that's my advice. Don't expect yourself to be doing. Just surrender. Get your partner involved. Even my partner, he looks at me. He's like, he'll see what I drink. He's like, nope, this girl got to pee. The amount of time he goes in, his whole job has been, we got to case the scene for a bathroom. Where is it? And because he knows I am with a wild heathen, she'll just, you know how many times that looks like a good corner. You know what? I'll be right back. I don't give a shit, okay? What are you going to do?
In the public.
I don't care. 34th Street don't want to see me coming. Let me tell you what. I've had to do some things in that subway station, and I am not sorry, because that is pregnancy.
You know what? When you think of it, though, it's
what it is.
Probably better off doing it in the corner than trying to go in a public restroom in 34th Street.
I don't remember last time I left my house without toilet paper.
You watch bacteria videos, so you know.
That's why, and I'm also shameless. I'm never going to see these people again. And if I do, they'll be like, hey, you were that girl that did that. And I'll say, you know what I did. Because I would rather pee than get a UTI. And that is on period. You know I'm right. So like at the end of the day, whatever. Like that I don't know why women don't go into this pregnancy thing thinking that you can do your old self. You surrender and you accept some new shit and you just have to make it funny.
Especially the hormones that are flowing
Yes.
through your body.
Yes, you're going to sob at nothing.
Nothing.
Not a nothing.
I looked out
Girl,
the window one day
right.
and started crying.
That's right. Oh man, don't even get me started on the thing that you want and it's closed. Oh,
You have a craving.
oh man, you want that boba tea, passion fruit, 30% sugar, 30% ice, but it's closed? What do you mean? No, it's over.
Tantrum.
Like it's a tantrum. It's
You open the
I'm
place.
not, it's not consolable. Like I'm not, you can't come back from it. And you know what? You get a good partner who just, I got you, who carries you through that. I think that's been what's helped make this feel good and make this feel like manageable, is like having the good partner,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
you know? And I don't know, like I don't know what I was expecting. Again, I haven't had this baby yet, but you can't guess, right?
But you can't.
You can't plan.
You can't expect. What are you expecting? This is a whole new world.
That's right. That's why I'm
Whole
like,
new world. Aladdin is sitting in. Is it
surrender.
Aladdin?
Yeah,
Whole new world.
that's right.
You don't expect anything. You just let it happen.
I mean, that's all you can do. You can do all of the things, the birth plans, the things.
Nothing.
That baby's going to come how it comes, when it comes, the whatever. Surrender. And it's been hard for me as a very control type person, but my partner's made that. He's so good at acceptance. He's so good at being like, this is just the situation that we're in. We can fight it, or we can just be like, this is it, and that's it, and here we are, and done, and that's it. So I don't know. I think I've been like a pretty okay pregnant person.
You seem
Like I'd rather be pregnant than hungover.
Oh my God, yeah.
Hungover is awful. That feels terrible.
Especially in your 30s.
Ugh.
It takes me.
Days sometimes to come
Yeah.
back. That's
Yeah.
right. Oh yeah, no.
I don't wish it on anybody.
No, me neither. That's what I'm saying.
What are some of your worst, best, and kind of funniest cravings that you've had?
My worst craving is I mean, my best craving is definitely this Hipper Jack cheese. Is this the best? It's just the best. I couldn't eat cheese before, and now I'm pregnant and I can. And when I say couldn't, I mean it was
It was flowing through.
it was bad. I would get the worst bellyache, and now I can eat blocks of cheese and nothing happens to me. So blessed. The worst. Okay, the worst was this time where I really would have fought like Hulk Hogan for a Rice Krispie treat, you know?
Ooh.
So I decided to just, I don't even remember what time it was. It was really late. I like caviared like marshmallows and Rice Krispies to my house, and I made them. I ate the whole tray. And let me tell you what, I don't ever want to look at a Rice Krispie treat ever again.
Yeah.
Like I like destroyed it was there, it was gorgeous, and I just like went too hard, you know? But I think the best is that I'm also really into like fresh food, which is really, really cool.
Your salads.
Yeah, like a lot of just like sharp food. Like I'm very aligned with like the season, you know,
Okay.
because
But you're a chef. I feel like that's kind of your own person coming through.
that's true. Maybe
Which
you're right.
is no, I mean it's you shining through in pregnant version. You're craving season. You're craving a punch. You're craving.
I mean, it's like when I think when I found out I was pregnant, you know, it was like, it was cold.
Yeah.
I came back from Hawaii and then it was like, boom, winter.
Yeah.
So I spent that whole first and a good chunk of my second trimester just in the winter. So I think I had my first, you know, when we had that first day above 70 and you have that lettuce or that pea or that asparagus, and my brain was just like, oh my God. So like,
A punch.
hardcore,
fresh punch.
hardcore. But at the beginning it was cold, so I was eating a lot of wonton soup. Like, girl, delis, quarts, okay, 20 quarts. It was crazy. I'm in Williamsburg, which is a hop skip to Queens, which I think is the best food borough.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm not proud to live in Williamsburg, but what I will say is that like I'm in an area of Williamsburg that's not like
No, you're not in the
face.
the
It's not
grime
that.
of the domino
Yeah.
2 trees taking over the.
No, that I don't live there. Okay. I live like Bed-Stuy is right here.
Yeah, you could touch it.
Bushwick is right here, you know, and my studio is in Bushwick, which is wonderful. My partner has a studio. His wood workshop is all the way in Red Hook.
I love Red Hook
But I
so
love
much.
Red Hook too. Red Hook is like Russia. You know what I mean? It's so far.
It's no man's
It's
land.
right. It's right. But it's like once
And
you're
it's
there,
all
you don't
artists.
leave.
Yeah.
It's
You're
lovely.
stuck, literally, if you don't have a car.
No, really. It's kind of crazy how like isolated it is, but I like that about it.
Me too. And good food.
Great
and good
food.
bars.
There's a place there called Pitts.
Pits.
Yes, Pitt''S. Outstanding. It's so good.
What kind of food?
Oh, it's like a new American kind of vibe. Very Scandi on the inside, but the vibes are good. I'm obsessed with the staff. It's a really diverse, cool staff.
Cool.
It's a really, really wonderful restaurant. The menu changes quite a bit, and it's just like it's just a good vibe. You leave knowing what you ate, enjoying what you ate, remembering what you ate. Can't wait to go back kind of place.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a really great restaurant.
Last question about pregnancy.
Mm.
Do you have, obviously you can't plan, but you can plan, I guess, when baby does come, like how are you going to juggle work and baby life? Are you taking a little bit of a break? Are you going to try to fit in when you can, or like what's the agenda for you?
I'm trying to do that real 40 days, nothing. I'm
Yeah.
trying to do that. No one will know except you and my closies when that baby's even here. Like I don't want to even like I don't
No
know.
announcement. You're
No.
going to be in your 40 days.
I'm doing my thing. You know, my close people will know just because like hi, you know,
Had a
but
baby.
and just like also like your friends care about you and like check on you and like just I'm not gonna lie, you know, but I intend to take that time off, and then I don't know, I don't work for this baby. This baby works for me, so like I'm not just like some. Here's the thing: if people are not ready to see me with a physical baby on my body in content. If people are not ready to see me, if you are inviting me to your dinner and you also aren't letting me come with like baby led, like I'm strapped in, then I'm not coming. You know, my goal is to try to normalize babies at things.
Yeah.
So like if you want me to come to your show, Fashion Week, I'm bringing my baby. If you don't want that, then I'm not coming. Like I think that my goal for me is to just bring this kid with me everywhere as much as possible. I walk around with that fucking carrier on me all the time. I'm so good at that shit. I can, you know.
Is it one of the ties or the like
It's the tie. No, not the Art of Pop is like, those are great. Those are better for tall people, I think.
Yeah.
I think Chris puts it on and he really loves that. But for me, it's like
The wrap.
The wrap is a vibe. There's only so long you can obviously have the baby in the
it's
wrap.
more newborn.
But I'm having a summer baby. So I'm going
Less
to be.
is more.
That's right. So for me, it's like wrap, tank, let's roll. Like I you know, diaper bag, girl, we just got a big purse. And
Yeah.
diapers, onesie, it's 1,000 degrees, this poor baby, you know? Like I'm going to have a 2-month-old in August, you know? Like for me, it's very just like less is more. I have a lot of friends who work in food that have had kids, and the gizmos and the gadgets and the strollers and
No,
it just
you
kind
need
of
it less. You need
less.
You need, I mean, good nutrition for
course.
you in the beginning. I think that's
right. Oh, girl,
really
I'm outsourcing. I'm not cooking at all.
Yeah, I'm happy about.
Like literally, I'm buying a deep freeze. Like I'm not playing around with trying to cook. I have no arrogance around birth. I have no arrogance around that first 90 days of it.
Yeah, it's blackout. You
That's
don't
right.
know what your name is.
That's right. That's why it's like once I'm coming out of that, it's very kind of, you know, I interviewed Layla Gohar for Family Style last year. I wasn't pregnant. And she said this thing that was so telling. She said, having a baby, your career, the only thing that changes your career is you have to trim the fat. You can still do your job. You're still you're still creative. You're still intuitive. You just have no time for any fluff or bullshit.
Yep.
And that is so my jam.
I want to hop into Apartment Miso. You are in a hella construction right now,
We sure are, girl.
but this
We
is
gonna
your
get through it.
second space.
That's right.
So what was the goal for the first space, and how did it transform and shift into now number 2?
The goal with the first place was no goal. You know
Just
what?
you
It was
needed a space.
it was a pandemic. It was getting real bad burnout because I was doing everything in my home.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's also just like from a legal's perspective, from a food handling perspective, I'm making all these foods for like events in my house. It just I couldn't be food safe having that separate sink. You know, like I just had too much restaurant experience to be. I need a separate space.
Yeah.
But the first space was so tiny. Oh my God, Gina, it was 600 square feet.
Oh, wow.
It was so little. We made it look big in there.
Yeah, you did.
But it was not a big space.
But you had glorious windows and
Big,
light.
big used windows. I mean, that was like,
I feel like that
essential.
makes any space feel.
yes. We always had good light in the morning for sure. But then, you know, I don't know, that relationship ended, that lease ended. Like it was just like
So that space you got with your.
with my ex.
Okay.
But
okay. It was a
we,
shared space.
well, actually, you know what's crazy? It's actually really sad. The impetus of that space was we had gone through a series of different breakups. So before our final breakup, that space was supposed to be like where he could live. Like he was moving out. We fought a lot. And then he couldn't afford it. And so I'm like, okay, but you signed the lease for it. So then I was like, okay, well, we got back together. You have a lease you can't afford. I'm going to help you out. We'll turn it into, I need a kitchen space. Like, we'll be creative. So there we go. But then it's like the lease ends, we break up. What do I do with this space? We just let it go. I had needed a new space anyway. I don't know why Captain Genius over here was like, I'll get a new kitchen space, but I'll sign the lease for a space that doesn't have a fucking kitchen in it. Cute.
So now
I was like,
we're building a kitchen.
I'll build a kitchen. It'll be so fun. Baby girl, don't do
I
it.
could talk to you about the kitchen behind the doors.
I don't regret doing it. But
No, it's going to be absolutely amazing. You're going to
Yes.
love your kitchen
Yes,
so much.
I
and
know.
Cooking in it and being in it and
Totally.
sharing with whomever.
That's right. I
Is
just
the
don't
goal
love it yet.
to rent it?
The goal is to rent it out, have events in there.
Okay.
So the goal is really not
how
about
big?
Sophia. It's 1,100 square feet.
Oh my gosh, it's big.
Humongous. So the kitchen will be done in June, but he's a very large space. You know, we're gonna we're gonna renovate the bathroom. There's just different phases, you know, and certain things. It's like permits and codes and plumbing and electrical and things happen when they happen. You know, not using a contractor. My partner is a builder, so it's been wonderful to just like have him to
lead.
just build. I think he also just like loves it, you know. But getting certain appliances and just getting things loaded in and getting the electrician to just do what he says he's gonna do is crazy. You know, I'm like, do you want my money? I have money for you. Like, you don't want it? Okay. It's crazy. The plumber comes in and you know, like peanuts, womp, 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 like that. That's what they sound like to me when they talk to me. They'll start saying stuff to me and I'm just like,
You don't hear it. It's not words.
No, like I don't know what you said. I don't
Kind of
know.
like me trying to get through the intro to this show.
Listen, girl, you'll get good at it. I'm telling you. I mean, now I know things. Anything with my
course.
partner, he's like helps me out so much. But these people try to talk to me about stuff, and I literally he say, hey, just say what you just said, and I'll just record it. Cause like I don't know what is
look
like
it up.
basins and pipes, and I don't know. Just can you make the sink when it goes on, the water is hot.
So a working sink would be great.
I write that. That's what I want. Like it's crazy, but the kitchen will be ready for events
June.
in the fall. And the only reason I say
I'm sorry, fully will be fall, but the kitchen will be done in June.
no, the kitchen will be done in June. I'm just going on maternity leave, so we're not going to do anything until I come back.
Okay.
Just because there's just stuff I want to set up. And there's things I want to get right. And, you know, it's a commercial building, so we're legally allowed to do whatever we need to do in there.
Sure.
We don't want to have it too stylized and too furnitured out because we do want to be able to rent it out for shoots if people want it. But also I really want it to be like a commissary space for people who need, you know, like sometimes you get an ask, like you need to make 60 loaves of bread. Where do you do it? You just come over to my place and you do it. You know, because commissaries are so expensive.
Really expensive, and there's really not so much room for people.
That's right. You need a kitchen. You throw me $50.
Throw me a loaf of bread.
Literally. No, you can pay me $50. Yeah. Throw me $50, and you can have the space for the whole weekend. You know what I mean? And like and $50 is the tip for my super. because you'll need to use the freight elevator,
Yeah.
right? It's just like that kind of vibe.
Okay.
So that your bottom line is not, it's like by the end of the day, you need to make a bunch of loaves of bread. The commissary kitchen's $1,000. How do you even make any money? You don't. And that's why I want to like help
Until you
people
do
out.
about 12 more of these jobs.
That's right.
And
No, I don't want, I'm tired of friends and people in the culinary world not having an option that looks like, or even if it's like, I need new headshots. I need new portraits.
you, but plus so many other people that will also need.
Like there's a million things that people need. Hey, Soph, we actually need to do, we need to set up a shoot, not on figure. So we need to set up a prop shoot. We need to do a food shoot. We need to do a cookbook shoot. And we just need a space with big bright light. I got you. Like, I think that is the thing I just want to give to people. It's so insane. The needs that most people have in the city are a place. Mm-hmm. It's a location. That is just the biggest thing in New York. Where are we going to do this? Where can we do this shoot? Where can we test this recipe? Mm-hmm. Where can we like make this thing? You just send me an email. We'll make it happen, So it's like a community hotspot.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Listen, that's how Frank's kind of
That's the
operates
same.
on the weekday. The weekends, obviously, I need to keep the lights on, so we're doing big events. But weekdays, the amount of people,
it's like, what do you need?
Tejas, come shoot a content
That's
piece,
right.
Come bake something, prep for your event. It's
whatever.
It makes me so happy when there's chefs in here.
Hell yeah. It's just like having a thing. Mm-hmm. It's like a community watering hole in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
And I think that it's essential. And I also think it's helpful for me just for community purposes, just like for me, just to like chat and see people and say hi and, make sure you feel accommodated too. Like I have an assistant who's also my COO, who's also a producer. So it kind of keeps her active too, just to like make sure people have what they need on set, or whatever,
Last question. Are there any projects other than motherhood that you are excited for and or working on currently?
I mean, I guess. I'm trying to kind of taper. I think I'm always working on stuff. There's just a million things I want to do and try. And I don't like limits. I don't like to be like, well, I'm a chef, so everything has to be food.
No,
Also just
but
feel
I feel
like
you are so much more than a chef. You do so much.
I do a lot of stuff. But I think it's just also like, okay, I could say right now, I want to be a New York Times bestseller, but it's like, and then what? And then what? And then you can be 18 and be one of those, especially in this day and age. Like,
wait, can I pause and can we talk about the fact that your announcement to the world of being pregnant was on
it's so
the
bougie and weird,
cover
right?
of New York Times?
It's so weird, right?
I mean,
I feel like that was the
Chris
baby's
framed
doing.
that for you.
I feel like it was like the baby's doing. I'm like, this is like so insane. Like that baby is like in there.
She's famous.
She's been on the New York Times. It's so silly. I mean, I'd kind of debated on if I even wanted to like do it, But if I was going to announce a pregnancy, then you'd be sure it was going to be very advocacy driven. So we were going to make sure that there were donated prenatal vitamins and that we were doing community work and there were initiatives behind it. And I think that's why I wanted to do it that way.
Was that all you? I will only do this if?
Yes.
That's
because I just feel like, what's the point? I don't know. Here's the thing. I knew I had to do it because I'm in a precarious situation because I am public facing. Mm-hmm. And eventually people are going to be like, so we just not going to talk about this big ass pregnant stomach that you got right here? We not going to say it.
That you're hiding?
Yeah. Eventually I was going to have to say something.
I feel like...
Because remember, it was winter.
Your first and second trimester, every time I saw you, she's like, oh, no problem. I'm just going to put a big coat on.
That's because it was freezing. And no one would, and like...
Yeah, and you're tiny.
And like, it was fine. I don't know. You do get to a point to where you're like, okay, well...
She's poking.
It's happening. But I don't know. I just, that doesn't necessarily equate to like announcement. It didn't have to, but then you realize that, well, you can, if there's a way that I could wrap this announcement into awareness, or that we were able to help pregnant women in need, or we were able to find a way to donate to, pay for a woman's midwifery care or whatever, then I was like, okay, let's do this. Because I wouldn't, but like I see now like the power in that. And so I'm so glad that I did it. I think my only regret is that like, it was it started to become challenging to hide because the weather started getting hotter and I started getting bigger, but now we have to like hide it because it needs to be
That moment.
that moment. And I, like that wasn't my favorite, but then now it's like, whatever. I thought I was big then, which is the joke is on me because, oh my God. But in terms of projects, there's just always stuff. I want to do all kinds of stuff. There's a million different things that I would like to try.
Such as?
Like, I think it would be really cool to do textiles of some kind. I think that would be really cool.
Kitchen related or not kitchen related?
Could be.
Or maybe a combo.
Yeah, maybe a combo. Maybe like it could be curtains, Like I just think textiles, there's something about fabric that I think is really interesting that I don't know much about, but every time I learn a little bit, I'm really into it. Okay. And that's something that lets me know that like, okay, this is an interest. This is like jewelry, for instance. I did a jewelry line with Pamela Love a few years ago. That was amazing. That was really hard. I don't know if I would do that again. That is its
hard
own...
because you didn't.
Hard because it's just its own special. It's hard to do jewelry and anything else.
Were you crafting
it's a universe.
it? Were you working with a designer to come up?
Oh, well, we were doing that. Not a designer. I mean, I was very inspired by the mushroom, and we kind of like went back and forth with Pamela herself.
That's really cool.
She is, I mean, to call her a designer is not enough. I mean, she is like a metal, like jewel aficionado. I mean, this woman, but again, it's one of those things that kind of, it's all encompassing. You can't dip your toes in. It's very like, if you're going to do jewelry and metal work, that's it. It's just so much to learn.
Yeah. And the technique is.
Yeah. It's like similar to food where you got to have a good, like the baseline I had was like 12 years. So that's the reason why I think I can do a bunch of other things, because for like 12 years, I didn't do anything else except food. Yeah. I think jewelry is very similar. I think jewelry is one of those things where it's like, if you're going to do it, you got to really dedicate a good 5-10 years to just learning about that. And I just realized how big of a world that was. Yeah, listen, it'd be great to create some stuff, but the way I would want to do jewelry, I just don't know that I have the time to learn in that same way, which is why so many jewelry makers just make really cool jewelry and just do really cool like ironwork and metalwork. And we love that, metal workers are essential, just as essential as woodworkers, that is its own craft. It's like somebody telling me that they're going to like make their own dining room table. I'm like, okay, that's what you think. And you might do it, but when we investigate that table and we look closer,
we're going to see.
Did you make a table? What did you make? So like,
a coffee table.
Right. So I just feel like the things that in hopefully my life is long, like I'm 36 years old. At the end of my life, when I look back at it, I want to have been in movies.
Okay.
When I look back at it, I really, really, really want to have a garden. I don't even care. It doesn't even have to be big, but like I want one. I don't know what's in it.
Tend to.
Just, yeah, that's right. I really want to own a home. That's a project. Not all the things I want to do in my life are like career.
It's just their goals.
Yeah.
A garden is.
Yeah. I want one bad, like so bad.
And it's a lot of work.
That's right. It's so much work.
It's so rewarding.
That's right. So like, there's just stuff, I really want to, I'm like ready to own a home. I don't know where it will be, but that's like a thing I want to do with my life. Obviously I want to write a book. I'll finish a cookbook at some point. It takes your whole life to write and do your first anything.
Yeah.
People are like, you should make a cookbook. And I'm like, I know.
I'm sure you've been asked to.
Oh, girl, I've been working on that thing for so long. Like, I'm just too. That's the problem. Like, I'm a little too. Like, I need to just like, kind of just do it. I'm too like obsessed over it. Like, I'm like too. Oh my God, it's got to be perfect.
Because you could do a second and a third.
That's what you always have to remember. You can always do a million. It would be cool to do a podcast. It'd be cool. I'd like to do more voiceover work. That's something that I've dabbled in, that I love doing. Cool. That feels really like natural for me and feels like a thing that could be just easy, for me.
Now that you say it, I absolutely see you doing that for like.
I would love that.
Cartoons and.
Oh yeah, no, I'm so weird.
Movies.
Totally, I'm the weirdest person. I'm like such a cartoony kind of person, and I'm also shameless. That's really important with that kind of work. Like you can't be Like, I don't give a shit to look stupid. Like, I don't care.
No, when you're picking out corners to drop down
Don't give
low.
a shit. Zero. I literally don't care. It's a superpower. I really feel like if I had one, somebody asked me my superpower the other day, and I remember thinking, God, was that a dumb answer? I really think my superpower is that I'm not scared to look stupid, which means I'm not scared to fail, which is why I get good at so many things. Like when people are like, how do you do all of these things? I'm like, because I was not scared to suck for years.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. I think people are so scared to suck. Oh my God, I suck at so much. But that's how you get good.
Until you don't.
Until you don't. And then you just don't, you know?
I think you should write the cookbook.
Yeah, I know. I should finish it. I think that's the one thing. That's my Achilles heel. It's my one thing that I'm like, this can't suck, you know? But it's fucking me up because it's keeping me from doing it, which is what I tell people. Your addiction to perfection keeps you from doing the thing, you know? It's the only thing in my life that I'm like that nitpicky about. So like, more than likely I'll shoot myself in the foot and I'll probably end up being fine.
Probably more than just fine. I could also weirdly see it being like a single ingredient that you...
Oh yeah. Well, I think the way that I do want to do it is very kind of like things I love. So like a whole chapter about green coriander seeds or fresh coriander seeds, because it's one of my favorite ingredients. It's so here and then they're gone forever. And when they're here, those like fresh green coriander seeds are just so delicious. A whole chapter on cabbage, a whole chapter on meringue, because I think meringue is one of the most magical things. I think it's crazy to just cook egg whites to a certain temperature with sugar and they can do so many. I think that's the coolest thing. A bread chapter. It wouldn't be like
it's like
appetizer, dessert.
No,
it wouldn't be like that. It would be like dedicated to ingredients that
you bring
value.
To life.
That I think are sexy and cool. Like we need to talk more about rutabagas. I don't know. They're very flex. You can do a lot with a rutabaga. I don't know. But otherwise, like I'm really happy to just be a mom, and
that's a
maybe it'll pivot.
Job.
Yeah, maybe I'll want to do different shit when I become a mom. I don't know.
This question is a ridiculous question that I just asked you, because once baby is here,
I know
you have no idea.
I know
you have no idea,
and it's also like a completely change. I'm very open about that too. Like I think I'm giving myself the freedom and the space to lead with like nuance and intricacy, but also just be like, you know what? I don't really want to do that anymore. You know what I mean? And I like that intuition. Like that's never failed me before. So
doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I'm actually not going to do that, or I'm going to focus on that, or I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we're waiting for the cookbook.
I know.
At least I'm waiting for the cookbook.
So many people. I don't know. Just wait a little bit longer.
Well, Soph, I can't thank you enough.
Of course.
For sharing your stories, specifically your bladder stories.
Girl, I got more. I got plenty.
I really thought you were going to say I got to go to the...
No. But this is great. It's like so fun. It's like we're friends. So like we're friends in real life.
Yes, we are.
So,
but I thank you. This was amazing. I caught you before you're becoming a mom.
You did. It's actually really cool. Like great timing.
Yeah. And yeah, this is Campers. You could find Sophia at Sophia_Roe.
That's right.
On Instagram and TikTok.
That's right.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe to Campers wherever you listen to podcasts and leave a review. I'll catch you next time.